Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. This is a sermon by Father Donald O'Shaughnessy for Salem by Night. It's Valentine's Day, and on Sunday, Valentine's is actually falling on a Sunday this year. When it comes to the time for the sermon, Father O'Shaughnessy will step forward and he'll greet the congregation after the readings, and he'll say, "Well, today is St. Valentine's Day. I hope none of you husbands or boyfriends forgot about it. I wonder how many of you remember the story behind the origin of Valentine's Day. You know, it's called St. Valentine's Day for a reason. Approximately 250 years after the birth of Jesus in Bethlehem, there was a priest by the name of Valentine. He lived in Rome during the reign of Emperor Claudius, who was committed to rebuilding the once great Roman army. However, he believed it was important for men to volunteer for armed services rather than drafting them into service against their will. But, given a choice, most young men in the Roman Empire refused to serve. They'd rather stay home with their wives and children than go off into battle. Claudius came to believe that only single men would volunteer for service, so he issued a royal edict that banned all further marriages. He actually outlawed weddings in the Roman Empire. Can you imagine that? Earning himself the nickname Claudius the Cruel. Valentine thought it was ridiculous. One of his favorite duties as a priest was to marry people. So after Emperor Claudius passed this law, Valentine secretly continued performing marriage ceremonies. He'd whisper the words of the ceremony while listening for soldiers and steps outside. One night, Valentine did hear footsteps at the door. The couple he was marrying escaped, but he was caught. He was thrown in jail and sentenced to death. Valentine tried to stay cheerful. Many of the young couples he had married come to visit him in jail. They threw flowers and notes up to his window. They wanted him to know that they too believed in love. One day he received a visit from the daughter of one of the prison guards. The father allowed her to visit him in his cell, and they often sat and talked for hours. She believed he did the right thing by ignoring the emperor and performing weddings. One day, the day that Valentine was to die, he left her a note thanking her for her friendship and loyalty. He signed it, "Love from your Valentine." The note started the custom of exchanging gift notes on Valentine's Day. It was written on the day he died, February 14th, 2006. Sorry about that, 269 AD. A day was set aside in honor of men who gave his life for God and love. Now, every year on this day, people remember St. Valentine. More importantly, they think about love. Everyone loves love. We want to be loved. We want to give love. The problem is, our love is lacking just like we are. It's often conditional upon our own mood, our own loved one's actions, appearance, or attitude. When it comes to love, all of us fall a little short, don't we? Some of us are just confused about love. As a little 5-year-old girl I knew by the name of Shanna who told me, "Father, love is when a girl puts on perfume and a boy puts his shaving cologne on and they go out and smell each other." I know, right? My question for you today is, how do we develop and nurture a love worth giving on Valentine's Day and every day? I believe the answer is found in God's Word. John 15, 9 through 17 to be precise. Let's read what Jesus had to say on the passage, shall we? "I have loved you even as the Father has loved me. Remain in my love. When you obey my commandments, you remain in my love, just as I have obeyed my Father's commandments and remained in his love. I have told you these things that you will be filled with my joy. Yes, your joy will overflow. This is my commandment. Love each other in the same way I have loved you. There is no greater love than to lay down one's own life for one's friends. You are my friends. That is what I am to command. This is my command. Love each other." John 15, 9 through 17. I want you to pause for a moment to think. Think about love. Love of all sorts. Agape, eros. The love between families, between lovers, between wives and husbands. I want you to think about the love between friends and a community. This morning when you came in, you were given a Valentine. On that Valentine, there was a number written. 1A, 2A, 3A. Or 1A, 1B. Pardon me, I'm still new. I'm getting my legs here. They were passed out to the members of this congregation. He'll hold up his Valentine, show it to the crowd. You each have one. And you have a Valentine in this very congregation. You have 1A, and somebody will have 1B. 2A, 2B, on fourth down the line. That's how it works. I want you to go and find your Valentine. I have one too. Someone here has me. I feel so sorry for you. And I want you to tell that person. I want you to spend some time with him. I want you to talk to him. I want you to get to know each other. And by the end of it, I want you to tell them what you love about him. I want you to allow yourself to love. Could it be the way their nose crinkles when they laugh, or the sound of that laughter, or their strength? Maybe you got paired with your lover, and you love the way they look when they wake up in the morning, or the way they pick up your towel when you drop it on the floor of the bathroom. Maybe you get your mother or your father, and you love what they've done for you through the years to support you. Or maybe you get a stranger, and as I said, open yourself up to learn and to love. Love a friend, love each other, just as the commandment Jesus said, and his most important one. And who's got 13B? No, hold up his. There you are. And he'll break up the congregation, allow people to pair off and learn of each other as community. Thank you, me for playing and me for storytelling, I guess. And this is a sermon by Father Dom.